Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. All right. Okay. Oh, me. Maria, good vibes. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh, sorry, here. You want to come on? Here you go. Forgot. Yeah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. There she is. Welcome, everybody. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So why don't you come on, River, or anybody? We posted this to the refuting the Rithviks group. I thought we would introduce our friends here. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Get your bead bag out there and chant with us there, Radhe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry there, Maria. Try it again. Hmm. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Rama, Hare
Sri
Krishna,
Advaita
Krishna,
Nityananda, Sri
Krishna,
Advaita Nityananda, Sri Advaita
Hare Rama,
Nityananda,
Hare Rama,
Sri
Rama Rama,
Advaita
Hare Hare.
Chaitanya, Sri
Krishna,
Advaita
Krishna,
Nityananda,
Krishna, Krishna,
Sri Advaita
Krishna,
Nityananda, Sri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Sri Advaita
Hare Hare,
Nityananda, Sri Krishna
Yadvaita,
Chaitanya, Sri Advaita
Yadvaita,
Nityananda, Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Prabhu Nityananda, Sri
Okay,
Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasati.
okay, mute your mics. Yeah. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, this is Adi Lila Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chapter 1. This chapter is about the spiritual masters. Spiritual masters. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord, and the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and the moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. You know, it's really interesting. You know, a lot of devotees, they're looking for, they want to know who's your guru. You know, like I'm talking to these people in the Ritvik things. Who's your guru? And so they're trying to figure out who is your guru to find out if you're bona fide. See, but the thing is, they don't understand. It's just like Lord Caitanya and Nityananda. They arose. This is our line. They don't understand these things. That's why you have to see it from a devotee who is actually worshiping the Lord in ecstasy of this love of God. Because these things are right before everybody's face, but they don't see it. See? So, for example, Lord Chaitanya Nityananda arose on the horizon of Gauda, right? Now, who is their gurus? This is chapter 1 of Adi Lila, and this is what the Vaishnavas need to understand. They're worshiping in our line, and they think, "Oh, Gaurahari, you're not bona fide because you don't have the proper guru, or Actually, I took initiation about 5 times, from this guru, that guru. They all say they're the best and that they can give, and I had to ended up like letting them all go, you know. But actually, see, Lord Chaitanya Nityananda appeared on the horizon in the Gaudiya. Now, the interesting quality about them is Lord Chaitanya, you could say, wasn't bona fide when he took sannyas. He took sannyas from a Mayavadi sannyasi. So a person could reject him and say, "Well, why are we going to listen to you? You were initiated by the Bharati community, which is a Mayavadi sannyasi community. Oh, and why should we listen to you, Nityananda? You don't. We don't even know who your guru is." See, so we don't even know who your guru is. Yeah. Yeah, sit down and I'm getting distracted. Just kind of sit and listen. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, I have to take it down. Otherwise, I just need to no distractions of movements arounds and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm 100% here, and this is what the devotees who make the most advancement do that also. You really, when you really listen, really attentively, and that goes for everybody, not just for one person, for everybody. Yeah. So. So see, so it's more to it than like who is your guru. There are so many people, so many gurus, so many persons initiated by even Prabhupada. But the question should be, who has love of Krishna? Who has love of God? Yeah, and most don't. I mean, this is Prabhupada said in our disciplic line, hardly anyone. Uh, when Madhavendra Puri here, he was like hardly anybody in his line manifested the symptoms of love of God. Hardly anybody. And so anyway, that's our line is like that. And yeah. So anyway, that's the point. We have to look for something a little bit deeper than just the superficial. Now, how can we know who is actually a bona fide representative of Krishna and of the deliverer class, of the class of deliverance? Well, again, it's in that verse. Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda. I'm sorry, Radha, you may not like this, but I'm taking you down because I don't know. I'm being distracted. Maybe it's just how it is. Okay, so I'm sorry. I just need. Otherwise, I can't give. I don't know what it is. I just got to take it down. Okay. All right. So sometimes people, I pick up energies. I don't know, maybe a little restless, and I don't know. I have no idea, but it's just not working for me right now. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. Sorry about that. Please forgive me for my offenses. Insensitivities, whatever it is. But I don't know. I feel better already. Something clear. See, a lot of times you have to trust your intuition, River. And everybody. You just something might not feel right, and you just got to go with it and then see. You may not be able to consciously figure it out or what, but then it comes later on. You'll figure it out. So anyway, the way we know, and this is for Vaishnavas who want to make the next step. If you want to make the next step beyond Vaidhi Bhakti rules and regulations, then you have to understand these deeper principles, and that can only happen by hearing. Okay? And if one is fortunate, they will give some ear to this word. Prabhupada said this Chaitanya Lila, which I'm preaching right now, this moment, this second even, these very deep concepts is postgraduate. So anybody, it's not, and if you say, well, you see, it's postgraduate, I'm not qualified to hear it, then you're not qualified to hear it simply because you've came to that conclusion. But if you come to the conclusion that, oh, and you listen here, because I'll teach you what are the actual qualifications to hear Chaitanya Lila, the postgraduate, is simply the desire to hear it from the right source. Okay? And just from that, you are qualified to enter the path of Raganuga Bhakti. Nobody taught me this when I came to Vaishnavism. It's all in the book. But luckily, probably from another lifetime, I brought it through, and then I could look at the verses, and Krishna helps. See? And that's the whole point of having a guru, is to unblock the neophytes, anarthas or blocks that are keeping them from having this kind of communion and communication with God in their own hearts. Okay? That's the main reason to have a spiritual master. Most people have so many obstructions, they can't do that on their own. See, that's why they get gurus, but there's a danger there, because most persons that come to religion or Vaishnavism even are neophytes. Okay? And therefore, how do you know that you actually have a bona fide guru? You're coming to religion, and that's why most people get cheated. Most get cheated. And that is understood, because they're beginners, and often their gurus are beginners in the eyes of a realized soul. Right? So that's why, see, ultimately, when you make more advancement, you understand the real Bhagavad Gita, and you understand why Krishna said, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. I will give you protection. Okay? So Chaitanya Charitamrita explains how to surrender to Krishna in that verse. So this chapter here says, when you're ready to be delivered, and you're ready, and that simply is you're ready to listen to the bona fide guru. Okay? When you're ready to be delivered, the Lord appears as the bona fide spiritual master. Okay? The Lord says, this is my devotee, this is my associate. I'm going to preach the truth through him. This devotee is mine. He surrendered to me. I belong to him. He belongs to me. And now I'm going to preach the Krishna consciousness movement, the real one, and deliver some people now. See? That's Chaitanya Lila, is the deliverance of the conditioned souls, wasn't it? Wasn't it a delivering people 550 years ago? See, that same Leela is in the book form, just waiting to deliver people. But Prabhupada said it was postgraduate. See, that Leela is in that book. It is that book, waiting to deliver people. It is all in chapter 1. When you're ready to be delivered, that just simply means you're ready to listen to the bona fide guru. Maybe you've been cheated enough. Maybe you're sick of being cheated. Maybe you're sick of having pedophile gurus or some kind of ridiculous thing. Neophytes who can't do much for you. And they're just there for the job. Professional Bhagavatam memorizers. Or maybe they're sincere neophytes, following very strictly rules and regulations, but they don't have a pinch of ecstatic devotion. Whatever it is, when you're ready to be delivered, that means you're just simply ready to hear. And everybody is delivered by hearing. Like this one, where is that shown in Chaitanya Charitamrita? And I quoted the verse. I said, this is the path of peace. You just listen to the Chaitanya Leela, the pastimes and the truths about it, the mercy of Chaitanya Leela. You just listen, and then deep love is awakened in your heart. Verse 107 through 109, it's right there, with 108 in between. Great number, huh? Simply by hearing the Leela from a bona fide representative and hearing the Chaitanya Charitamrita level, see, the postgraduate level, it's not actually that hard to understand. Very easy when you listen attentively. Very simple understanding, very simple verses, but very powerful. So powerful, so simple that even these persons who may have big titles and big followings and they're in religions in Vaishnavism, they cannot understand them. They cannot use that Chaitanya Lila to deliver people because they don't understand the conceptions in there yet. They don't have that mercy. But we do. Where is the proof, Gaurahari, that you got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and the disciplic line? Where is the proof? Well, we have it all over the place. Why don't you take a look? Why don't you look at the witnesses saying, yeah, I listened to this crazy Gaurahari, man, and I feel so ecstatic. Man, my whole life has changed. Oh, wow, it says that in the book. It says when you have a bona fide spiritual master, you get spiritual experience. Wow, don't we have testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony of the spiritual experiences of people who seriously listen here? You see one right in your front of your face. It's a miracle to see somebody laughing and crying, choking up, hearing Hari Katha. That's the way it's supposed to be. It was that way 550 years ago. And it's that way now again. And people say, what is going on there, Gohari? Why are they laughing and crying when they hear the Leela? Because that's what you're supposed to do, my dear friends, potential friends. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. See? So forget about the idea of that you have to be initiated by the bona fide spiritual master. I had 5 initiations. None of them I considered bona fide, not even one. The dream to me was bona fide. I had a lucid dream when Prabhupada appeared. He appeared and said, he was my, if any, I had any guru, him and Jesus Christ were my guru. I mean, I just loved their books. Their books kept me alive. Their books enlightened me. So it was appropriate Prabhupada appeared in a lucid dream and said, hey, man, and I was just preaching spontaneously. People were coming and they were getting ecstatic. They were laughing and crying, choking up. I was just telling them about Lord Caitanya and pointing out that these gurus were not qualified in ISKCON. They couldn't deliver anybody. And Prabhupada appeared. And he appeared and said, Gauri, why are you criticizing ISKCON? No, he didn't say that. Gauri, why are you drinking a cup of coffee? No, he didn't say that either. Gauri, this has my full approval. Wow, look at these people getting ecstatic from you teaching them about Lord Caitanya. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. Do more of that. We were sitting side by side on cushions, both of us. No, I wasn't thinking, go hard. Look at me. I'm as good as... I don't think like that. I think, well, I don't know. I guess you're saying that I'm here to carry this thing on, carry it forward, because these people don't seem to be carrying it forward. It's same old ceremonies and blasphemy and criticism of anybody that really speaks anything that has any potency. See? So Lord Caitanya and Nityananda appeared on the horizon of Gaudiya. What does that mean? What's another meaning to that? Okay, neither of them you can say you couldn't say they were bona fide because Lord Caitanya had a Mayavadi sannyas teacher, guru. And then Nityananda, nobody knew who his guru was. He never said. So how do we know? Well, the witnesses, from most Lord Caitanya, we attain love of God. Oh, the witnesses said from Nityananda, he's crazy as he is, not following any rules strictly, maybe not at all. Who knows? Doesn't know, but we all get ecstatic because of Nityananda. Oh my goodness. And that is going on here. But we don't believe. We don't believe what you say. We don't believe what you're reading in the book. And we don't believe your witnesses. But we know all about Prabhupada and Bhakti Yoga, and we're going to preach these illustrious conceptions that don't agree with the book you're explaining, don't agree with your experiences of ecstasy and conclusiveness, and don't agree with the experience of the testimonies of so many devotees already. Now, what did we call that? Well, let me remind everybody what Krishna said. And this applies to his associates because it's Krishna using that associate. So whatever happens to the master happens to the servant, right? And when deliverance is here, it's always the same thing. Fools deride Krishna or Krishna's servant, like Jesus Christ. Didn't fools deride him? And they were Pharisees and teachers of the world. Didn't they deride him? Fools. Yeah. What about Krishna? Yeah, Krishna, fools, Shishupa, blah, 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 blah. What about Lord Caitanya? Oh, they railroaded him out of town. Oh, the Brahmins were after him. See, the Brahmins, oh, they didn't like God. They were worshiping Krishna, 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 and God was right in front of their face, and they didn't accept it. Amazing. Huh? Fools deride Krishna. That's why everybody has to admit they're a fool. See? Foolish Daksha, who is a Brahmin, in that you know what, you come to one of these classes and you'll see why it's not surprising that practically 99% of the Vaishnavas don't know who has realized Krishna. It is not surprising. Daksha had millions of demigod followers and he wasn't self-realized, and he went against and criticized Shiva. That is the position of 99.9% of the Vaishnavas. They would probably criticize, and they do. So many do. Okay? But there's good news for you fools. Good news. The new Vaishnava Testament is being preached now as we speak. And I know, laugh at, right? Good. Hey, man, I'm not above my master. They laughed at Krishna. Fools deride, laugh at him and all that. Why shouldn't you laugh at me for telling you the truth? That deliverance is here. People are being delivered. You should laugh, man. Ah, thank you. Proof of potency, man. Jesus even warned his disciples, hey, man, they spit on me, they're going to spit on you. If they listen to me, they'll listen to you. That's parampara. We're just here to deliver people that are, when they hear this message, they're going to say, hey, man, I want to be here. Well, ask Fanny. See, those are the ones for the good news. They just goes like this. Oh, man, they just get it. And then there's we got to free the captive. See, the book, even the Bible verses come true here, you know. Yeah, I've been anointed by this here. Let me get some of you Vaishnavas on the Ritvik thing group to laugh some more. Yes, I'll open the book. Okay, here's my book. Here, I'm opening it. Yes. I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord, Caitanya, and the disciplic line, the ecstasy, the laughing and the crying, all you guys don't like, to free the captives. And that's you guys out there who laugh. And preach the good news to the poor. That's the Rivers and all those people who come easily. Like butter, just goes right through and they get ecstasy and all that. See? Good news to the poor in spirit. Not like you. You've got to break your false ego spirit. You're bucking all over the place. Like a bucking bronco. Come under the thread and they're bucking, buck that gohari out of here, man. And I'm sitting there riding and going, yee-haw, yee-haw. They're bucking away. I was just stay right there, man. Keep contact, man. Yeah. Whoa. Got my hat going. Whoa. Yeah. We can't get that guy off. He's a blasphemer. He's a this and he's that. They're trying to get rid of us. They don't get off, man. When we find a good steed, we stay on. See, hey man, I serve the original cowboy, a Vrindavan, cowherder. Hey, so that's it, man. It's that simple. So, Lord Nityananda, again, how do we know who is? What is this? What is the importance of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda arising simultaneously on the horizon of Dharma? Hey? Oh well, that's how you know who Guru is. Oh, and that's how you know who Krishna is when you're ready to listen. See, because Guru comes before the Lord, right? They're the herald. Did you ever see The Silver Surfer? It's a comic book thing. He would go to all the worlds, and he was a servant of this, this guy who was kind of he would not go and eat the worlds, to be doing like that. We're sort of doing that. We're eating the Maya. So the herald comes. He's a servant, silver surfer, surfing. So the devotees like that. They come into this world and they're the herald of the Lord, and they say, hey, the kingdom of God is coming to you. He's coming to you in this talk, in this word, into this chanting. See, you come and hear the mantra, hear these truths about the Lord. See, and so simultaneously you realize, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about if you're willing to hear. This person is empowered. Wow, I'm understanding the real Krishna. I'm understanding this book for the first time. How many testimonies we get this? Wow, man, this Bhagavatam is so amazing. I love this book, this Chaitanya Leela that I couldn't really get before. Now I really feel close to it. I love it, man. I love this word. I love this name. I love the Lord's fame. Oh, you just become aware of Krishna and a guru. And by the guru's grace, you got Krishna. And actually, by the grace of Krishna, he led you to real guru, and you were willing to listen. He gave you that kind of intelligence, and then you get Krishna. And how do you know? Oh, when you chant Hare Krishna, you feel ecstatic. Tears come to your eyes, choking to the voice. Oh, everything you read in a book starts to manifest in your life. It must, otherwise you're not delivered yet. You're delivered in our line when you have love of Krishna. I mean, real delivered. You want delivery, or you just want liberation? You just want to liberate. You want to go in the Brahman or something, or you want deliverance, Vrindavan style, where you're in Krishna's name, and His name is in you. You see, honey coming off your face. See, so when you're with the real guru, you get the real Krishna, and it's practical. That means when you read, like Johan's testimony, 25 years he was in ISKCON, he studied the books, he did his Ekadasi, he chanted 25 rounds on Ekadasi and religiously followed the principles. And then came here and became ecstatic in this chanting, which he didn't have before, and began to really understand the books that he didn't understand before. See, that's getting Krishna. Without Krishna, well, actually, without Radha, without devotion, you can't understand Krishna. We're here to awaken the devotion in people. See? That's what causes you to laugh and cry and all this. And then you're very attracted to the words of God, words of Guru, if you're lucky to find a living one. Yeah. To me, the guru I was looking for, I didn't quite know. They had to be on the level of Jesus, personally. I just, and I couldn't find a living one. To me, as a person on the level of Jesus, where I just read the word in a Bible and boom, I was in the kingdom, man. I was looking for that kind of guru. In Vaishnavism, I didn't find any, not even one. They're all trying to play the role, imitate, and all that. It was only Prabhupada's books I felt that awakening. See? So that's why I teach this. If you've had that awakening in a past life, like here, you're having that awakening now, that's never lost. There is no loss. Bhagavad Gita teaches there's no loss or diminution. If you make it to the ecstatic platform, if you bind ecstasy in your worship on in this world, you've bound it in all the worlds. souls. And you, if you come back here, you come back here as the Lord's avatar to deliver people. You come back for the fun of that, man. For the happiness of birthing, spiritual children, real ones. See, so that's how you know. See, people need to understand. If you hear here, you'll understand it's not good enough to say, well, what line are you in, and who is your guru? Because 99.9% of those gurus, in my observation, and I think in many of you's here, if you have any understanding of spirit, between spirit and matter, the difference, you'll see that 99.9% of these gurus are not qualified with prema, bhakti, love of God. That means 99.9% of the followers are not qualified, unless they brought it in from another life and they're just there by default, because it's rare to find what we're doing here, what we're preaching here. Oh, it is very rare. Nobody will tell you these things. And you can all, and it's all checkable. It's not, I have to create a checklist so that we can justify the preaching here, because it's not justified in the book. You look in the book, everything I just told you is right there in chapter 1. And you must know that, because the spiritual master, the real one, is the door to bhakti, is door to the awakening of devotion. And you're lucky if you get one who is like Prabhupada and like all the real Vaishnavas in our line, but they don't just throw the rule book at you because you can't understand what they know. Yeah, I take a risk here. I'm preaching publicly, man, right there on the threads. These things that Prabhupada held back. He held back his ecstasy. Bhakti Vinod and Bhakti Sangha, they held back their ecstasy and they held back their conclusiveness. It's only in their books. You can find it. Oh, they would say a few things here and there, but not like this. This causes problems. This is the big shakeup. This is the big shakeout. You think I'm going to let Prabhupada's books go in vain? What the heck did he write them for? Just to have people who can't understand them? To have these Ritviks stay hard-hearted and miserable and mean all their lives? And these living dead gurus who have no real bhakti, so they can't understand Prabhupada's books and they can't justify their positions without a friggin' checklist. Where's my checklist? I have the book as my checklist, man. I don't need to create something and do a magician's trick on you so that you can support me with monies and buildings and followings and the big thing, worship. Oh, you get what God gets. You get what even Trump. You know why it's more interesting for even demons to become religious leaders. Because you get what even a president of the United States doesn't get. Nobody worships them. Even the king and queen, they just give them respect, but not worship. Ooh, worship. That's it. That's what the women do. Why they go to the beauty parlor. They get men to worship them. Oh, my beautiful woman. Ooh, look at those toenails. Ooh, they're so nice. See them sparkling in the sun. See, you need to go deeper. See, so that's why you have to hear, and that's really the secret. That's why actually many Vaishnavas may not. I can't say for sure. Depends how vigorously we preach, and our work. But many Vaishnavas, just like then, the Lord Caitanya said, there's many people, they're not going to get love of Godhead in that life. Okay? And same here. Many people will not get it simply because they're in this life, they're proud, rebellious, um, and they want to be teachers. They want to be, they want to basically be God. They want to be gods. They want to be gurus. They want to be, see, wannabes. I want to experience this. I want to experience being a lord, a guru, so and have followers and a following. Oh, that looks so like a great taste in that. Yeah, really. That's why a lot of people don't make it. You know, Bhakti Siddhanta said, I should stay here 10 more years, but they want me to leave. These are the leaders. Why would it? Can you imagine? I should stay. In other words, they need a lot more instruction, but they're pushing me to go. He left early, 64 years old. Prabhupada also should have stayed for 10 more years, but his body took so many disciples, and he was older. So he left this work of deliverance for us. There's no excuse not to be delivered now. Really, there's none. There's no cloak for your sins. Your sins can be gone just by coming here. Your sins will be exonerated. My Lord will forgive you. You'll chant the holy name in ecstasy if you develop faith in this preaching. And it's not a lie. It's true. You can, so many witnesses here. I tell you where the verses are more or less in the book. Johan can, in case I forget where they are, he can help you find them. It's a war of words we witness. So give us a word, River. What do you think?
Oh, Maharaj, it's really nice listening to you. I feel that I really need to listen to you. But yes, everything that you say, we can check in the book, and we can experience it here with you together here in this family. We can just experience it. We can say whatever we're saying, but if we just come here and we just keep listening and we keep doing that. And I know you kept saying that to me. Just keep listening and you'll get through it. And you could always see what was happening to me, and I couldn't see it because you've seen it so many times. You've been in that experience. The things that you say to us and say to me, you've experienced it so many times with different devotees, and everything. And I don't know what it was, just to hold on to your words. And I was without realizing. Now I really realize it and how powerful they are because of being purified. The power of the words coming through from you because of going through all of that purification. And I'm not saying it's over, but it's stable. And what else? It's so clear, so clear. There was this guy. I said it. Did I say it to you guys already? Hey, Govinda. Already about one devotee saying, I just perform on camera, but they've never seen me off camera. This is their intelligence. They've never seen me off camera at all. And things like, if the shoe fits, this devotee is talking to me, he's talking to me, Neil. And it's really funny that his last name is Singh. So his name is Neil something Singh. And he's saying to me, if this Indian lady, and I don't know how many other Indian ladies you've got in the Sangha. Is there some that I don't know about? I don't know, actually. He's talking about me. It's obvious he's speaking about me, but the intelligence of it's really childish kind of stuff. But Krishna, because of going through the purification and lifting the covering off, you can see the what's the word? The childishness in their words, the weakness in their words. And just throwing and trying to project these words at us, where we have this protection of Krishna, Lord Caitanya. We have that. You've given me a real true way of life, but it's more than that. You've given me the Lord to, my way of life is connecting with the Lord all the time, being with the Lord. My way of life is being together with the Lord. And no, I don't want anything to affect that. I feel a bit, I've had lots of energy today, Maharaj.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, can you hear it in my voice?
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
like that. But to come on now, because I'm thinking, oh, maybe getting a bit into my material body. But to come on and hear you, to lift you out of that again, and to bring you back to that. What's the word that comes to me is equilibrium
Yeah.
with the Lord. It's really wonderful. It's my golden ticket for everything. Not
Mhm.
just for everything, because the Lord is everywhere, and I want to connect with the Lord everywhere. And it's been started with you. You've brought this to us, and it has started with you. And I say this, you've been doing it for so long. All your life is about being an ecstatic devotee, seeing through the Lord's eyes, going to all of these places where they say they represent the Lord, and you've been shown by the Lord that they're not representing
Mhm.
the Lord. And now you have witnesses to show and speak about what you have been doing everywhere, walking with the Lord, because you've had ecstasy for so long, walking with the Lord everywhere, be it in Christianity or in Krishna consciousness. The Lord has been showing you, I don't know, making it clear for you as well, so we can be clear, because you are clear.
Mhm.
It's the same message. It's the
Yeah, see,
same
yeah. In
message.
this thing, the speaker and the hearers are both uplifted. See, on this path, it's beautiful. So it's not like, see, the false ego is you sit up there. I went to so many of these in ISKCON classes. They sit up there, and it's like the person's going to relish the rasa of their false ego. Ah, I'm I'm up here, and I'm giving class, and you're just little peons over there, and you're going to get knowledge from me, and then after the thing, no questions, or a couple of questions, then we got to go, and that's it. Yeah. So anyway, that's false ego, But in the real thing, both speaker, it's by the book, the Bhagavatam says, both speaker and hearers are uplifted together, because the devotee, if you're really in sync with the real truth, you're here to relish that truth, to taste it. See, and then you're uplifted just by tasting that truth, and people listening are uplifted. That's why Lord Chaitanya came here. That's how I teach. That's the way I teach you to teach, and that's how it works. Even on Sankirtan, I notice when I get too much into looking at others, I'm singing and I look at them too much, and all of a sudden I start losing the taste, and I got to back into more of a balance of just really relishing the taste of chanting, not looking for, how are they taking it, you know, and just really tasting the name there, and then uplift, and then automatically people uplift. Lord Chaitanya did. He was in ecstasy. He was deep ecstasy, and he would be chanting. He wasn't even aware of his surroundings much, many a times. And he's just in ecstasy, laughing and crying and everything. He did it publicly. Yeah. It's so funny. Everybody now, they want to keep the narrative of no show, no show, no show. And so I'm just, solidly putting this no show, show, show. It's time for the show. Otherwise, no show. Who the heck wants it? It's like, can you imagine you go to the theater to watch a show and the curtain never opens? So they want that with Krishna consciousness. Oh, yeah, never open the curtain to see the show of Vrindavan and Mayapur and Lord Chaitanya. Are you kidding? No, no. Sorry, the curtain's opening. No, we don't want to see. Well, there's some people want to see. We'll do it for them. You're part of the show. Just throw your little tomatoes and all that stuff. But some people like it. We're just going to go on doing, this teaching because it's important. This is now people are going to be delivered. There are going to be many people being. All they have to do is come and listen, and they know if it's for them. You notice many of us. Well, as soon as I came, I knew that Jesus, this person was real, and boom, I got it. See, that's the way it is with deliverance, because he was different than the Pharisees. He was self-realized. And his word was from God, was to wake people up. And whoever was meant to woke up, they would either wake up quickly or they would fight with him and wake up later. Come down and condemn the son. Condemn them, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like kind of what they do in Vaishnavism now. Yeah, but that's when deliverance is here. That you hear the word of deliverance. That's why people, you see, they'll come in, they boom. There'll be like a lot of fannies coming. Why not? You think the Lord wants to do a small work here? You think he came here as Lord Caitanya? He's giving me all this understanding, all this ecstasy, and all these nice devotees here. No, we're going to do something, man. We're going to dance on this stage while we can, as long as we can do it, right? Yeah. So this is the real path. I mean, it's very simple. This is anybody. That's why any of you Ritviks out there, I'll let you yell and scream and jump up and down and hate me and get angry and rage and all that. Don't worry. Just keep doing it till it's out of you. And then you'll see, if you come and listen even for a little while, you'll see here, it's like you've never heard anything like this. Because if you would be delivered. See, you're listening. They're all listening to gurus and teachers that are not giving them the real message of deliverance, even though they're hearing about Radha and Krishna, Rupa Goswami, and all that. But ecstatic devotion is not awakening. See? Because the guru, if they're preaching like that, they're not realized this level. They haven't realized the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Therefore, they can't preach it. Obviously, I realize I'm a recipient of that mercy from the beginning. Must have been another life, because I've been a happy camper, more or less. And I say less only because I need the experience to realize it was, what are these people tricking? Are they tricking me or not? I don't know, man. We're in a very unclear place. But then when I realized, well, God, I'm a recipient of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. And that order of Prabhupada and Krishna is so I'm here authorized to distribute that mercy. And now I boldly open my mouth, man. Oh, anybody, you believe this message, you're going to have a spiritual experience. Try it for 30 days and see. Yeah. And, you'll make progress. I mean, I can't say everybody will be like a Lalita right away or something, but you'll have you'll see a significant burden lift off you if you really want to know what's going on here. If you really ask the question and you're not coming from some ulterior purpose. Even if you come from some ulterior purpose, you'll probably be blessed. Like those robbers, they came to Nityananda. They were observing him every day so he could rob him. See? And they ended up getting purified. That's why, you see the people. We get a lot of people coming, on that thread. They come to see the show. They can't believe it. They say, this guy is so audacious. I'm getting worse. I'm just cracking jokes now and just let them tear them all up, man. Cracking jokes, making it nonchalant, and they're all coming more. Come see this Gohar. He is one crazy. We've never seen anybody so crazy, man, so nuts. He's just coming around, he's saying these most audacious things. Come see, They don't know that this is all a trick, a transcendental trick.
It's Maharaj, when I started listening to you, I said it before, when I started listening to you 4 years ago, I received mercy from you. That mercy that I received from you, because I was really happy and really praising what you were doing. The mercy that I received from you kept me on this path. It kept me connected, kept me going on this path. I received it. I was touched by, I didn't realize how much I was touched by you back then. And when I first was in touch with you back then, absolutely, wow. And so, now, I mean, it's so powerful. Oh my gosh. I mean, so powerful, so powerful. People are going to receive things. They're going to be touched by the Lord by hearing your jokes and hearing how audacious you are. This Neil guy said to me that you guys are so entertaining.
Yeah, let's entertain them. Let's make, that's the whole thing. Hare Krishna just comes to entertain the world, and by that people get make advancement. Well, he was dancing on Kalya's hoods. It was fun for him. He's just dancing around. Kalya's trying to bite him and all that stuff, and it's just like here we're dancing around the threads, now, and they're trying to bite you. It's all the poison coming out, trying to throw the darts at you, so you don't even have to get heavy with it. Just make jokes,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
profound jokes. That's why
Yeah,
I realized. Oh yeah, this is what we need to do. And then that way they probably won't. They won't throw you off the thread. They'll keep you around because you're entertaining. And it's the best thrill they've had in their life. And Vitey's boring, man.
I
I mean,
hear
we
what you're
really have
saying,
a
Mara.
good time. We have a good time. We want people to also have a good time. With Krishna.
I was so entertained listening to River. I was entertained. I was fascinated watching her dialoguing with that Ritvik guy. I was saying, is he going to get a word in now? I was just fascinated. It was like amazing. It's the greatest show.
He was in shock. He didn't know what to do. Should I turn the camera off? And he was stunned. He couldn't do it. She got a lot in there. And then finally, he found the switch. Okay. The curtain closed.
He's on every day now. He said to me, sent me a message. He says, I haven't been able to get on Facebook for a long time. That was actually the first time he's been on it for a long time. But it didn't deter him. He's still coming on. He's still.
Have him put you
I just
on again.
posted something.
Say a few words. Yeah.
I just posted something, on the. I got a picture of me on an altar with Shiva, a massive big Shiva. I don't know, maybe you saw it, and I posted it on this thread we've been involved in. Just said to people, could you please tell me, you esteemed Vedic persons, or something like this. You esteemed false witnesses. I did put as well. If it's proper behavior, Vaishnav etiquette type thing to be so close to the deity, joking, like what you said, joking, humorous. Because
good.
I think at the end of the day, you're going nowhere sometimes. They're so hard-hearted, but jokes.
Yeah. Well,
they keep you on.
Somebody may watch this because I put the live right on their thread.
Oh,
that what is it? The one with Higgins, his with the pictures. 250. They're having a real dialogue on there. Real dialogue. 250 comments already.
Come see the pictures. Come see this.
you got to put pictures on there and jokes, otherwise people outside get bored. So they see this bit of colour, somebody on an altar with Shiva. What's he doing on the altar? What's going on? And you're joking. Then they will keep you on then. It's entertaining.
One lady said on the thing, she says, "Who is your guru? What's your line?" You say you're a line. What's your line? I says, "Well, our line is a shiksha line." And actually, I had 5 initiations. I didn't really like any of them. And she goes, "Aha! I see. He is blah 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 blah." And I said, "Thank you for the compliment."
Maharaj, that's a brilliant way. I'm so grateful. I'm really getting on understanding that way of preaching and just lightheartedness and joking around with them and without being heavy. And sometimes I can be, so I apologize for that completely.
We'll get them wondering about this. Why aren't they pissing us off? They're probably wondering, why aren't they getting angry at us?
We're catching the tomatoes and throwing them back at them in a light-hearted way.
Yeah. It's a judo moves. Use their weight. Andromeda. Right. You're going to. Oh yeah, what about this Dakota? Yeah, we got to get this Dakota thing. get us connected there. I don't know. Somehow it just keeps going over my head, the Dakota thing.
You know, I'm going to go on back on Facebook because the sound is very low here.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're on. You're on. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Go on Facebook. Yeah.
So I'll go back
Thanks,
to
Sarah.
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Good. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, another verse here. Well, actually, you got the book out there, perchance?
Maharaj, I tried to get it up on both my phones and they're blank when I get up. I'll try it again now.
It's just the database. You got the
Yeah,
database?
oh, I was on Prabhupada's books. I'll go on that one.
No, no, database. Yeah, chapter 1. I'll tell you the verse to go to read.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
Verse,
yeah read verse 107 through 109.
okay, 107. Thank you, Maharaj. Simply hearing submissively, one frees one's heart from all the faults of ignorance, and thus one will achieve deep love for Krishna.
See, just
This
by
is the
hearing submissively, yeah, just by hearing submissively, the faults of ignorance go. Because what we're teaching here is so simple. But it's a revolution because it's kind of like, as I said this morning, where the demoniac people, they've been putting symbols and they've been telling everybody what they're doing, but people, it goes over there, they don't see it. See, so and so it's the same thing with in the scriptures. It's everything is in the scriptures that you need to know to be delivered, but people can't see it. Okay. But you notice now, like I'm listening, doing research now where people are telling me, oh, you see what this symbol means? You know what it means? And I learn, oh, yeah, I can see that going on now. And then I can see because I got knowledge. And that's just on that level of the occult stuff. But can you imagine if you have somebody explaining these confidential truths of Chaitanya Charitamrita and all the books, actually, even Bhagavad Gita? That means you'll be aware of those truths. See, all your ignorance of those truths, it is removed, and then you understand how these threefold miseries are just here because of ignorance. Oh, I didn't know. If ecstatic worship keeps me in this Maya, keeps me in this material world. Oh, devotion is actually important to have to progress in the Hare Krishna movement. Oh, I see. I've been just worshiping the Lord, like Johann. He said, "Oh, I see. I've been just worshiping the Lord in name only." See, I didn't get now I have the ecstasy. Now, I didn't know before the ecstasy was important. See, these gurus aren't teaching the ecstasy is important because they don't have it. Or it's not time. But I'll tell you, it is time now. See? So it's not time to be no shows, another generation. No, no, no. It's time. It's time. It's at least time for whoever hears the message and their heart hearkens to it. It's like, oh, wow, I've been looking for this. Yeah. Why would there are people? It's like, why wouldn't I be? I mean, I would say, like, why wouldn't I want to know more truth? Why do I want to be bamboozled by bullshit? It's like, why do I want to listen to Bill Gates and Fauci? I know they're not telling me the truth. But on the other side, why wouldn't I want to listen to somebody that knows the deeper truth that I can't see because I've been covered over by all of this bullshit I've been hearing? These materially motivated religionists. So there are people, they want to know the truth, and their Krishna will say, oh, well, you want to know the truth, here's where you hear it. Yeah, and all their miseries will go. See, this is the path of what? What does it say?
oh, so it said, ignorance, and this thus one will achieve deep love for Krishna. This is the path of peace.
See, deep love. So you want the path of peace is simple, and otherwise you won't find peace. See, peace is only attained when you found God. See, now you're going to be at peace. Otherwise, you've never found true peace. It's not the mode of goodness. Peace is not really true peace. You know, it's only temporary, and that's why the Lord makes many good people miserable. When the demons start harassing them, and the Brahmins also, they lose their peace. See, this is the peace that surpasses all understanding. This is transcendental peace. Okay? This is why we can even be here in this kind of crazy place, and our sacrifices aren't disturbed. See, their sacrifices, the external ones, even Brahmins and sages, many of them, they like external fire sacrifice. They get disturbed. Okay? The temples, they go in there and start breaking them. Do you know how many temples they set on fire already? Even Krishna temples and also Christian temples. That's part of this time. See? And then our temples are worship. What are we going to do? Oh, what are you going to do? Well, you should come here, and then we'll teach you what you're going to do. They could take the internet down and everything, and I got my Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I just taste the name forever. I mean, it's nice to preach and have friends and do all that, but when push comes to shove, if they say, "Well, no more internet for you," I'm not going to be, "Oh my God, I can't worship Krishna now because I don't have any external paraphernalia." If these I lose these, even though, hey man, Hare Krishna, just put the hands up, Hare Krishna in ecstasy. What else, man? I'd rather have this now. This is being safe. Hands up. Yeah. Those two are wanted. They're called the hands up. What do they call it? Hands up? Hands up. I forgot what it is. I made a poster. Wanted. Hands up. Gornitai. They're wanted for distributing the holy name and disturbing the peace. Air that I breathe. Yeah. So much absolute truth. Yeah. What kind of ecstasy is that one can't cry or nor laugh? Well, you can have bhav. Bhav is you'll have some tears, but when that develops by association, usually it'll develop into prem, and then prem is where you really got profuse tears, and the choking and the trembling and the hair standing and these different other symptoms appear. Blowing the nose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you're not crying and laughing, if you do have ecstasy, it could be on the level above. Be some tears there too, or a shakti or something. I don't. Too many details, you get lost in it. That's why, in the Narayan Maharaj group, they're all talking about the details. Oh, this is Radha, this is this Bob and that Bob and this Bob, and they have no Bob. Just start speculating on what it is. Oh yeah, it sounds good. Sit up there and give a class on the various Bobs that they don't have. That's the kind of Krishna consciousness we get preached here. Nobody's an experienced devotee experiencing spiritual bliss. Yeah, some people misunderstand crying and laughing as sahajas. Yeah, of course, because they're not experienced. And you could have sahajas that will pretend to cry and laugh. Or maybe they do a little bit because they're close to a devotee. But it's always in the conclusions. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, that laughter and crying, they're going to have very deep revelations. They just knock the socks off of Acharya Devs. You listen to a few of these classes and then go listen to Acharya Dev with the big title and see what you think is deeper, clearer, more logical, more ecstatic. Don't get bewildered by the piano playing.
Maharaj, can I say something, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
When I wasn't able to walk, I had this healer, and he was always crying all the time. He was into the Shakti. I didn't understand things then. He was really into the Shakti, and he sent me this video of these devotees in India, and they were in this room, and they were crying, and they were all in these trances, Maharaj. They were just in these trances, and they were hanging on. To the head who was ever there. Some of them were just hanging on to his legs, and all sorts of things. I'd never seen anything like that before. It was
Yeah,
quite, but they were Shakti worshippers. They were
yeah.
just, didn't know fully what was really going on there, actually. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
I
will
mean,
know without.
yeah. You can get these gurus, they could be a Shakti, like Shakti Pod. They give Shakti Pod, and because they're real strong in that Brahman realization, and there's an emanation. You can people that I was in this Trinanelamai, a big long word city, where all the Mayavadis go. They go for darshan. Some of them they'll come out for 30 minutes. They just sit there and they smile and radiate. And some have some power, and you go there, you get like lifted, but it's an energy thing only. Just like here, people get lifted here. See, but this is bhakti pod.
So that is impersonal. This is personal.
Yeah, yeah,
That
that's
is
impersonal.
impersonal.
Yeah, yeah. This is deeper, more. It's just more understanding of God. That's his rays, his like his aura. All right, so we got some questions here. Read verse number 98. It says, and
98. These two
198.
brothers,
198.
198. Sorry. Okay. Let's go to 98. Okay. Sorry.
Maybe there isn't. You mean 108? Maybe he means. Is there
It's gone to
198?
chapter 2.
No, 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 no. Okay, it's verse 108. He made a mistake.
Okay. 108. 108. If one patiently hears about the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, 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 no.
this
It's
is
Adi
108.
Leela. It's Adi Leela, verse chapter 1 and 98.
98. Okay.
98.
98. Okay. 98. But these two brothers, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, dissipate the darkness of the inner core of the heart, and thus they help they help one meet two kinds of Bhagavatas, persons or things in relationship with the personality of Godhead. That's
Yeah.
90.
Okay. Yeah. 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 And that's what they did, and so Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda did that then, and now it could be from your previous life also. Maybe you have some association, especially when people come as devotees, and you meet the devotee Bhagavat. See, and what is it? Read that last part of the sentence there.
They help one to meet the two kind of Bhagavatas, persons or things in relationship with the personality
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
Godhead.
yeah. So yeah, and if you did the next verse, it's one is the great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, read the next verse because it's related to that.
One of the Bhagavatas is the great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other is the pure devotee of the mellows of loving devotion. I read again. One of the Bhagavatas is the great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other is the pure devotee absorbed in the mellows of loving devotion.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And what's next?
100.
That's
Okay.
no, yeah, yeah, yeah. And okay, yeah, and by the actions of these two Bhagavats, the mellows of devotion are instilled in the heart of the living being. So that's the essence. So if anybody comes now to our Sangha, um, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda either helped them in a previous life or this one. You can, a lot of people are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, and even though they don't understand it, they're going on pilgrimage, that kind of thing. And many of you have gotten a sufficient association to meet a devotee Bhagavan. Okay. Now I can see the way it works, even from the verse, because now I see your understanding, like take you, for example, your understanding of the devotee Bhagavat and the scripture Bhagavat are deeper now. You can appreciate it more. You can relish it more. Okay. So that's how you progress. And so anyway, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda appeared even if, because they appeared here 550 years ago, that has purified the universe enough so that people can meet the two types of Bhagavats. And you notice we have that. We have the book Bhagavat. We have the devotee Bhagavat. Right? So yeah, and we're preaching the confidential message now. See now, so there's no excuse. If you come here, you're going to get Krishna in this life, unless you're a real slow learner. Yeah. There will be fruit, and you notice it's just like Jesus said: the fruit bears some tenfold, 20-fold, 30-fold, but then the tenfold becomes 20-fold, and then 30-fold. I mean, it just everything's progressive. It just you found a place of progress here. Yeah. 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 Yes. Time for bed. That's okay. You're on the way. Spiritual. Yeah. Actually, I think that's enough now. It's getting a little bit late here. Thank you very much, everybody. Hare Krishna.